You are the love of my life. You are the hope that I cling to. You mean more than this world to me. Wouldn't trade you for silver or gold. Wouldn't trade you for riches untold. You are, you are my everything. I couldn't take one step without you. I could never go on. I could never live one day without you. I don't have the strength to make it on my own. You are the love of my life. You are the hope that I cling to. You mean more than this world to me. Wouldn't trade you for silver or gold. Wouldn't trade you for riches untold. You are my everything. Lately, I've been talking a lot on this, or rather, if you are a viewer of my channel, and I thank everybody for being a viewer, I really do. Thanks so much. Digital handshake. You might notice that I talk about God a lot, and I talk about Jesus a lot. Okay? And some of you might not like that. I realize that, You don't have to listen to it. Just, go to another part of the channel. There's some great stuff about art, that can definitely benefit you. And that's the purpose of this video blog. Okay? So no worries. No harm done. But for those of you who are curious, why does he always talk about that? I want to shed some light on it. Okay? And in order to shed light on it, I'm going to go to the Word of God. Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening of the morning were the second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called the seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, and herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. And it goes on and on and on and on. And then God gets to man, and it became a corporate decision. Okay? Because we know it was corporate, because it says, "And God said, let us," plural, "make man in our," plural, "own image, after our," plural, "likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, over the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. Now, what has all that got to do with why I talk about God so much, and what has this got to do with art? And the key is in the first sentence. In the beginning, can you read that? In the beginning, God created. In the beginning, God created. Created. God's an artist. God's a creator. And because we're made in his image, me, you, every human being running on the face of the earth, he made us creators. He created us in his own image and in his likeness. So he created us to be just like him with that capacity, that creative spark to create, to bring life, to bring into being things that didn't exist before, things that are in our imagination. Now, God spoke these things into existence. We just do it a little slower. You know, God envisioned it in the mind of God. He envisioned things, he spoke it out, and it was so. With us, we also envision things in our imagination. We draw it out, and it's so. So just like the runner in Chariots of Fire, who said, when I run, I feel God's pleasure. When I draw, when I do caricature, when I do cartooning, when I draw a still life, when I'm just doodling, something randomly on a page, I feel God's pleasure. And I can't help but talk about it. I can't help, but talk about this creator who put this in me, because I'm just like him. That's it. That's the reason. This is Elgin Subway Surfer Bowling, your creative caricature marketing consultant.